I'm going to loop this back around to why education is so important, okay? The first thing I want to say is that I have come to recognize two types of, kind of people when it comes to language in general, which really and truly, if we look at language, we're talking about awareness, right? There's an awareness there. But I tend to see that there's two types of people. There is the classic overthinker,
yes,
who rationalizes that their negative thought is part of the process and serves them.
Yep.
And they have to think through these things, and it's normal to worry, and it's right to do this, and I have to examine. So that's the first one. There's the overthinker. But then over here is the suppressor, who pushes all the negative thought and the negative emotion down and numbs themselves and just doesn't pay attention to it,
Sure.
okay? So
I like that.
Where am I going with that from the educational standpoint, right? Because part of learning your language is being taught why, which is what we just did, why you have to become aware of these things, why you have to call bullshit on the overthinking and recognize that the rationalizations you have to accept. We also talked about that.
Absolutely.
You have to accept that it's not serving you and it's all bullshit, right? So it's not just enough to say, oh, you know what? Okay, well, I'm overthinking this a little bit. No, we're talking about true
Yes.
learning your language and awareness and understanding that the only way you're going to be able to create change is if you go through that process and reprogram